Hi, everyone. Welcome to the 9th annual Dear Cancer, It's Me High School Essay Contest. My name is Kayo Matsumoto, Program Director at Cancer Support Community, Valley, Ventura, Santa Barbara. First, please take a moment and turn off your cell phones and turn on your cameras so that we can see your faces. And also, please participate in this poll. In one word, the question is, in one word, how was the essay writing experience for you? Go to the link in your chat box and enter your answer there, please. And then we will show you a word cloud later. Okay, let me introduce our Executive Director, Monica Merriman, for a welcome message. Everyone, please welcome Monica Merriman.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us this morning. Just wanted to tell you a little bit about Cancer Support Community, Valley, Ventura, Santa Barbara. We are an independent nonprofit that provides psychosocial care to those touched by cancer. And that includes the family, the entire family, the caregivers, the person diagnosed with cancer, youth, and children. And all of our support is at no cost to participants, thanks to our very generous donors and corporate support in the community. All of our groups are led by professional, licensed therapists, and some of our support includes networking groups, emotional support groups, mind-body wellness classes, and also some educational workshops that are open to the public. Some of our groups, we also give the opportunity to participate in Spanish. And if there's other languages needed, we do have other Southern California Cancer Support Community affiliates that we can refer to. So we would ask all of you to please help us spread the word, refer patients and families to us so that they can receive the emotional support that is so critical during a person's recovery and cancer journey. No matter where they live, we can connect them to support all across the country or in other parts of California. So if we could go to the next slide, Kyle. We would like to also honor and thank our judges for helping us with this essay contest. Being a judge in this program is no easy task. Each essay is really full of courage and raw emotion, challenges and triumphs. And we thank all of our judges today for their time and their willingness to give of their valuable time to support this program. Our sponsors who give so generously to the Dear Cancer It's Me essay contest because of their own experiences or their appreciation for the impact that cancer can have on an entire family. We would like to thank from Oro Capital Advisors, Bradley and Lisa Midland, Adventist Health, Simi Valley, Sharon Altman, who is here with us today, and one of our board members, David and Tammy Wank. Tammy is our MC today, and David is also one of our board members. And thank you also to William and Pat Thomas. Bill is also one of our board members. So before I turn the presentation back to Kayo, I would like to speak to the students. We so appreciate your participation and your willingness to be open and vulnerable during your writing. I spent a few days reading all of your essays, and I was so impressed with your ability to convey your thoughts and your feelings. Writing is not only a critical life skill, but it can be very therapeutic. I encourage all of you to continue to fine-tune your writing talents. It will really carry you into your very promising future. I was a journalism major in college, and even though I never became a journalist, I have used my writing skills in every job since then, especially now, whether it's writing grants or a donor letter or a press release, or even just a thank you to a sponsor. So I wish you the very, very best in your future. So thank you. Now back to you, Kyle.
Thank you, Monica. So as Monica mentioned, and we offer a lot of cancer support programs, but this essay contest is the most important team program. We started this contest as an opportunity for teens to express their cancer experiences through writing. In 8 years, more than 400 high school students entered. They impressed the judges and inspired fellow teens who were also impacted by cancer. This year, 52 high schoolers entered the contest. Among them, 45 wrote about their loved one's cancer, and 7 students wrote about their own cancer. They attend high schools from the San Fernando Valley, Sun Valley High School, all the way to Santa Maria. And close to half the contestants, 48% of contestants were seniors, and 22% juniors, 19% sophomore, and 11% freshmen. Thank you for your participation and your bravery to share your stories with us. Let me show you the contestants this year here. Thank you, all of you, for participating in this 9th annual Dear Cancer It's Me contest. So now back to Alondra. Is the poll ready? Are you ready to show the word cloud? Okay, so let me go back to the gallery view.
Yes, thank you. Give me 1 second while I share my screen.
Okay.
So can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you guys can see,
Let's
this
do
is
that.
some of the words that, of course, your participants thought of in one word. How was your essay writing experience for you? As you can see, the bigger words are the ones that most of you like compared to in your feelings, whereas the smaller ones were less of you, I guess, thought of, if that makes sense in a way. So as you can see, the biggest word, as we can see, is emotional, inspiring, insightful, love, hope, and then I believe that says didn't for some reason. There's easy, cool, thankful, powerful, and just a few words right here. And then I believe there was a max capacity. So I saw in the chat, there was a bunch of you that were responding, and I see the main words were inspiring, exciting, liberating, powerful, relieving. So I think that's amazing that you guys feel this way, because I know you need to find a way to express your feelings and how you felt about your cancer experience, whether it was you yourself or a family and loved one. Yeah.
This is great. Thank you, Alondra, and thank you for participating in this poll. Great words. And by the way, so Alondra and Maritza and Shida, we have wonderful 3 interns. Now they are seasoned students and health administration major seniors, and they did a lot of work to make this event and ceremony successful. So thank you, Alondra, Maritza, and Shida. Now it's time to present the winners. Let me introduce our awards presenter, Tammy Wang. Tammy and her husband, David, are avid supporters and partners with the cancer support community. Their constant involvement with this essay contest and other events shows us how much they value the importance of giving back to the community. Tammy will present the personal category winners first, then family and friends category winners. Everybody, please welcome Tammy Wang.
I am muted. Wonderful. Okay. Good morning. Thank you for that introduction, Kayo. And I loved that that poll. It was so empowering and so beautiful and really touching. This is one of my most favorite events, and I couldn't be more honored to host again this year, Dear Cancer It's Me 9th Annual Essay Contest. I'd like to thank the cancer support community for recognizing the importance of this event with teens for teens. It's good to see your faces, and I encourage all of you to turn your cameras on so we can be engaged as one community for the next hour as much as we can via Zoom. Please stay on for the entirety of the event as we have some surprise announcements towards the end. Yes, the pandemic has been a continued long, hard struggle and the most challenging one for everyone. Last year, this event, we had to move to a Zoom platform just like this year, but we're hopeful for next year for an in-person event. In the meantime, whatever the venue, let's celebrate some achievements together. So like Kayo said, 24 high schools, 9th to 12th grade students, inviting them to share their voice via the written word, with each essay was scored 3 times on technical quality, content, and various subcategories. It never is an easy task. We asked teens to share their story in one of 2 categories. The first category, their own personal experience with cancer, which is those themselves that are afflicted with cancer and relating their own personal experience. Or the second category, the experience of having a family member or friend with cancer. So in this hour, I'm presenting 3rd place, 2nd, and 1st place awards to those essays that stood out in these 2 categories. We truly recognize all the hard work and commitment you all have given to this essay contest. Just like Monica said, your essays are as captivating as you are, and we greatly appreciate and applaud your incredible efforts of you sharing your personal thoughts, your meaningful words, and inner journey in your pages. In fact, I think if I were to put a theme to this year's Dear Cancer It's Me event, based on all the various essays and discussions, I would have to steal the words from the title of a prominent poem written by a 22-year-old young lady right here in Los Angeles. She moved over 35 million people watching and listening on January 20th at the president's inauguration. Amanda Gorman's poem called The Hill We Climb. The title alone, The Hill We Climb, speaks volumes that seem like a perfect fit for a theme. Reading the essays, I think the judges would all agree, no doubt, of the hills climbed, encountered, challenged, and conquered. Going further, Amanda Gorman writes that even as we grieved, we grew, that even as we hurt, we hoped, that even as we tired, we tried. For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it. What is magnificent about the written word is that words invite us into seeing, hearing, and feeling, touching all of our senses. From Amanda Gorman to all of you, we certainly feel your words, so thank you. So in continuing of The Hill We Climb, let's get into it with the awards. I will present 3 awards first in the personal category, like Kayo said, that we do acknowledge for 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place. When your name is called, we're going to turn the screen over to you. So we encourage you to say a few words, your acceptance speech that you like to share. Like I said, we're one community, we're all here together. So let's begin. Here we go. On the personal category, with a 3rd place and a $500 cash award, there is a saying marketed on pendants and posters, etc., that there are many things that cancer cannot do. This young man's story brings me back to that saying. This young man noted the things cancer took from him, but importantly, he noted, what you forgot to take was my determination. His goal to get better and stronger never distracted him from beating his acute lymphoblastic leukemia. It was his dad's birthday on April 1st, 5 years ago, that he learned of his diagnosis. He probably thought it was the cruelest April Fool's Day joke. With over 39 days in the hospital, he had to dig deep to stay strong for his family because he was the most worried about them. A beautiful takeaway was his recognizing his gratitude of all those that were there for him through the journey in the hospital, stating, "Many people helped me through my fight. I don't think any of those people will truly understand how grateful I am for them." I strongly believe that this young man will be helping others along the way, just as others helped him. And that, coupled with his skill of determination, will serve him well to persevere in the face of any obstacles ahead in all of his future endeavors. As one essay judge commented, engaging and inspiring. Sounds like this young man not only had an essay that was just that, but is also engaging and inspiring himself. It is with great pride to give third place award from Villanova High School in Ventura and a $500 check to Jayden Melendez.
It means a lot.
Make sure you unmute yourself.
Am I unmuted?
Yeah, you're good. We can hear you.
Yeah.
You're just a bit.
Yeah, thank you. It means a lot to me. It was really like insightful to write the essay, and this just all means a lot to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Jayden. We appreciate you talking. I know it's not easy. All right, now the personal category and second place and $1,000 check. In all my years of judging these essays, I haven't read an opening like this one, and I grabbed my tissues to this moving story. To go through cancer is dreadful enough, and there are no words as we know it. Well, this young teen's very own cancer of lymphoma was shared at the same time with her best friend, her rescue dog, who had the same cancer, the cancer in which she very well found the lump on her dog's neck. In a mysterious way, her one-eyed Pomeranian dog, named Walter, helped her family through the struggle. You often hear the saying, "Who rescued whom?" Well, this certainly seems fitting. The connection she had with her dog helped her in her own fight to not only find a lump on her own neck, but to understand her disease and find meaning in moving forward when it was time without Walter. I admired this young girl's tenacious attitude while she had to transfer out of her high school to do homeschooling, to go through 5 rounds of chemo, 3 blood transfusions, losing her hair, celebrating her sweet 16. I could go on and on. She never wavered on her optimism as to what she could do next. The glass was always half full, not half empty, even giving back and getting involved in Teen Cancer America and expressing herself through writing and recording songs. Her learnings did not stop as she learned to love herself no matter what. And what a meaningful learning that is. Now, as she is putting her junior year behind her, I have no doubt she's looking ahead to see what new opportunities she will be making a difference in the lives of others. I hope you keep in touch with us as you continue to move us with your words and actions. This second place well-deserved award from Valley Academy of Art and Science High School in North Hills and $1,000 goes to Samantha Kayne. Oh, you're on mute.
Thank you so much, Terry. I'd like to thank the Academy. Oh wait, wrong speech. Here's the right one. So I was diagnosed with cancer when I was 15 and I didn't know how to feel because it was hard for me. Well, because I had cancer. As Tammy said, after Walter had beat cancer almost 3 times, that I was the one who noticed that I had lumps on myself as well. I found out because I was in the middle of performing in the musical Chicago and I didn't really feel well. I thought I was sick or had a cold, but the lumps that I had didn't really go away. So after Labor Day weekend of my sophomore year, I'd gone back to school, but was extremely uncomfortable and itchy, which was one of the symptoms for lymphoma. And I felt like I was going crazy. I went to get an MRI, done eventually a biopsy. My parents eventually told me what I had: Hodgkin's lymphoma, stage 4B. I rang the bell for the end of my treatment on February 26th, 2020. It was such an exciting day and the start of my life getting back to normal, or so I thought. When I was finished with my treatment, I was able to go back to school. I was in school for only 9 days, and then Walter unfortunately lost his fight. I believe he was brought to my family to help us for what was to come. Not only rescued him, he rescued me. Once he knew I was okay, he could let go. Even though my cancer journey was difficult on me and my family, it wasn't all bad. I was able to be a part of so many different opportunities. I was able to become an honorary ice crew member with the Hockey Fights Cancer Night with the Los Angeles Kings, part of Teen Cancer America and their Play It Back music program, learn how to be comfortable in my own body and love myself no matter what. I also learned not to take anything for granted because you never know when it will change. Scariest part wasn't being diagnosed with cancer, it was losing my hair. Once I became bald, I didn't really mind it as much and only wore my wig a few times because I was happy with how I looked. Now, over 1 year cancer-free and thriving in my junior year of high school. I know it's weird for me to say it, but besides being poked so many times, missing school and being away from my friends, I can honestly say I enjoyed my cancer journey because of what I learned about myself. It has changed my life for the better. Thank you so much, Cancer Support Community, for this amazing scholarship.
Wow, thank you. Oh my gosh, Samantha, thank you so much for sharing your story. That is so beautiful. And just like the poll, it's so inspiring and powerful and all those words. Thank you so much. Okay, well, now on to first place and $1,500. Here's a few of the judges' comments. Tears rolling down my cheeks. So moving. Myriad of emotions as I read this. You see yourself side by side sitting next to him. In 2010, he was rushed to the ER with a high fever and extremely lethargic. He was just 6 years old, and this young man's life would never be the same upon hearing he was diagnosed with leukemia. As he wrote, cancer stole his family's peace and security to the naive notion that it wouldn't happen to us, but it did. Here in first grade, his battle began climbing hills with pushing through every treatment and doing so with trying to achieve some normalcy in his life of living with cancer. Then after doing the hardest work of his life for years and all the anguish with it, he thought he was done. Moving forward, he is now a healthy 13-year-old, ready to become a bar mitzvah in May of 2016. A milestone in a Jewish boy's life, marking a transition to manhood, but only to learn that cancer rudely made its way back again, and in his words, forcibly changed the course of my life again. But the cruelty would not destroy this young man's spirit of what cancer steals from him. And so it began, a new treatment, but one that added to his fury since the cancer just wanted to stay and not leave his body. And then again, a third encounter, in early 2017, when he was a high school freshman, another new treatment, yes, with all the physical and mental pain that goes with it yet again. And again, this stubborn cancer is just that, stubborn and won't go away. He was ready to give up, didn't want to fight anymore, as he felt completely defeated and questioned, how do you go on? Together with the support of his family, and especially his mom, they focused on the possible instead of the impossible, that nothing was impossible. He dug deep to know that life was stronger than the cancer. I can and I will attitude prevailed. A bone marrow transplant was the last option, but while no one in his family was a match, really what more could be thrown at this family? The worldwide search was on, and on May 8th, 2019, a match was found. After years of isolation, anguish, mental, and physical challenges, this young man finally celebrates the beautiful words of all, cancer-free. His words to cancer, "You are a strong terrorist, but I'm a stronger warrior," are inspiring to anyone fighting any struggle. Now, I am one of those people who make connections. May 8th is a very interesting date that you received your bone marrow transplant. Perhaps your bar mitzvah celebration didn't happen the way you planned in May of 2016, but I found out Mother's Day that year was May 8th in 2016. Perhaps setting the stage for what was to come and your mom's strong connection to all. But wait, what is even more interesting is May 8th, 2019, the day you received your transplant, and as you wrote, strong, healthy marrow cells from a wonderful stranger who became my blood brother, as you quote, was actually on a very important day, World Red Cross Day. Their theme for 2019 was #love. World Red Cross Day is observed on May 8th on the birth anniversary of Henry Dunant, who was awarded the first ever Nobel Peace Prize for his role in founding the International Red Cross movement. I thought that was an interesting tie-in, right? So you keep good company. Sometimes we can't explain the connections that happen, but sounds like you have May 8th as a personal Powerball number for you. And with May around the corner, sounds like you probably have some celebrating to do for college acceptance, I assume. As you wrote, you plan to study biomedical engineering. I have no doubt of the achievements and contributions you will make as you strive towards your goals. Your perseverance, attitude, awareness, and appreciation of life, and to those that helped you through this, are ever present. With great pleasure, we present the first place personal category award from Granada Hills Charter High School in Northridge and $1,500 to Nathan Lev.
She's gonna do it.
Hi everyone. First off, I want to thank you for your generosity, and I humbly accept the scholarship to help further my education. I appreciate my family and the doctors who are very instrumental in my survival. Though I had to endure many years and battles with cancer, I'm very blessed to be here today. I'm a little kind of shocked from hearing that I'm the first place, but I want to say congratulations to everybody else that also, with your amazing stories, you deserve it so much. I'm a little.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you left me speechless. Thank you, Nathan, for sharing that. I think I left your mom speechless too. All right, that's wonderful.
I want to thank you very much. I do, and I want to thank Samantha and Jay and listening to their stories. I just want to send them a big hug from me to them. And you, beautiful.
Okay, so now that we all have the tissues out, we're gonna move on to, from the personal category, onto family and friends. And as there were incredible essays in the personal category, there were so many incredible essays in this category that were overwhelming to read. And everyone stands out on their own merit today as we give accolades to three in particular. So starting with third place and a $500 check. One judge's comments, in my view, it was outstanding in every way. And another wrote, I loved how this essay began by taking the reader to put themselves in the shoes of a 9-year-old and took the reader through a journey. It was just touching. So let's begin. Imagine going back in time to 3rd grade and all your worries were getting simple division right. But then the unimaginable happens. How do you comprehend hearing that your mommy is sick? What does that even mean to you at the age of 9? How do you understand it? This young girl had to make sense of so much at such a young age. She watched her mom through all the various stages, from losing her hair, appetite, and her strength, and adjust to so many situations. All she could say over and over was, please let her be okay. Please let my mommy be okay. This young girl had to mature overnight, and she learns to become a problem solver from a very young age and take on new and added responsibilities. She became independent, but knew she was not alone. She witnessed what courage and resilience were at a very young age, and she learned how to take care of herself, but also understood what empathy was. Her lessons seemed to never stop as she learned through her mother that optimism is essential for your health and growth, and there was no room for pessimism. I loved that she also recognized that asking for help doesn't mean that you are weak and that there is always hope in front of you. Now at 15 years old, her future looks stronger than ever with her volunteer participation in so many related cancer events in her community, her family and friends active in her life with continued support, and most importantly, her mother healthy at her side. So as you move forward in your next steps, continue to be strong and positive, share and implement your lessons learned. No doubt you have a most bright future ahead. Finishing 9th grade from Newbury Park High School, 3rd place and a $500 award goes to Eileen Zhang.
Thank you so much. I want to give a big thank you to all the organizers, the donors, the sponsors, and the judges for making this event possible and for giving me the opportunity to share my experience through writing. It means a lot to me knowing that there's a whole cancer support community out there full of people I can relate to in some way, not to mention all these fellow writers too. So let's keep on writing and sharing our stories.
Thank you for your words, Eileen. Your writing was so beautiful. In 9th grade, it's amazing how you put your words so descriptive and emotional. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, now family and friends category, 2nd place and $1,000. So I started the keyboard with a loss of words. Imagine that. I just wanted to give this young lady a huge hug after reading her essay. And now I get it when I read the judges' comments. They wrote, so proud of this young adult, and another judge's comments who wrote no comment. I mean, how do you comment on this essay? I mean, you feel heartbroken that I felt my heart break, yet put back together by the essay's end. She must have had so much strength and be so strong to be able to write this essay, knowing that when there are dark moments, you work through the hurdles and you look for the light ahead. You see, she was only 11 when she could barely pronounce the word her big sister said. Her dad had a brain cancer, glioblastoma. My heart sank when I read it in her opening paragraph because sadly, I knew what that was. And then she wrote, it was the beginning of the end. And then, I lost it. Her relationship with her dad was one built out of love, strength, fun, protection, all the good stuff, as it should be. It was just 2 years later that he passed away. I found that he had given her the foundations, the memories, and strength for her that she needed when she needed it the most. You see, his passing brought a whole new set of hurdles for her, not just the obvious, of course, but her own way to cope with her immeasurable loss was with a distraction. And that distraction was developing an eating disorder that she wasn't even aware of. I was motivated that her attitude to heal, her effort and strength carried her forward in spite of all the challenges and obstacles she faced. She chose to conquer, move forward, and believe in herself. But I bet there was never a doubt that her dad was always believed in her first and knew she could do it. She reached deep within and used her grief and pain to help her grow, transform, and recognize that her dad's passing, the process of grief, made her and changed her into the strong and compassionate young lady she is, with a focus to help others as a career path ahead. And that's what she is doing. So join me in congratulating second place from Alta Vista Independent Study in Santa Barbara and a $1,000 check to Ava Chase.
Thank you so much. I'm deeply grateful to accept this award. I know all of us have different stories, but we've all suffered and grieved because of cancer. And I think it's really beautiful that we all get to meet and share stories with people who actually understand. My dad's always in my heart, and I thank all of you deeply, those who organized this event, for this opportunity to share my story of him, and those who shared their own stories. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. We know that is not an easy story to share. And like I said, it was immensely moving and so difficult. When we know how difficult it is for you to put your words to paper, let alone then for us to put our words in paper as well from that. All right, moving to first place and $1,500. So taking first place, at the age of 9 years old, he lost his best friend, his idol, his most favorite person that he had a most special bond with. This essay was about recognizing loss to healing. From the moment reading this essay, you were engrossed in the raw emotions, inner feelings, and the honesty of this young man's journey of losing his mother to breast cancer, to the acceptance of his loss. His life turned upside down at the age of 9 years old when his mother's life was tragically cut short at 42 years of age. At a young age, he barely comprehends the severity of his mom's plight with breast cancer. How could you at 9 years old? No one is expecting you to. The title he gives his essay, How Do We Cope?, was crushing, leaving me speechless because you could feel the emotions alone in his words. Genuinely, I was left feeling optimistic, knowing this young man had such a strong, special bond with his mother. To achieve such closeness, greatness, and have that last and remember all that is remarkable and what a mom hopes to achieve. Reading how difficult it was for him to stay optimistic, concentrate mentally, academically, emotionally, and navigate through obstacles made it even more effort for him to retrain himself, to harness all the memories, love, and care his mother instilled in him, but that ultimately helped him through the grieving and acceptance process. His family, friends, teachers, and his faith helped guide him to understanding that support can help, perhaps not fill the void, but certainly help. He realizes his heart is full with his connection to her and is forever a part of him, feeling very blessed. Thank you for sharing your story. You are never alone. With great pleasure, we present the first place Family and Friends category essay from Ernest Righetti High School in Santa Maria and $1,500 to 12th grader Riley Robert Bolton.
Well, thank you so much. I'm like shocked and like shaking right now because I wasn't expecting this at all. Before anything, I just want to congratulate everybody that won and everybody that placed, because hearing your stories and hearing about the family stories and hearing about personal stories, I started crying. Like, I'm super emotional. So it's really inspiring, and I'm like super proud of all of you, and like it's just super cool. But I want to thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to put this out on a platform to talk about it and like share my experience with my mom. I just know that she's like looking down on me and she's super proud of me. Hold on, I'm gonna start crying. I'm good. I just know that she's super proud of me, and this is something that she would congratulate me for. It's just a really inspiring and cool thing to be able to share with the world and share with just anybody that's willing to talk about it and experience it with me. So thank you so much, and I'm really appreciative of it.
Okay. Okay, so you could see why this event is so so emotional and so impactful, and is just so necessary and needed, and just like I said, it's one of my absolute favorites, and you could see why. So thank you, and wow to all of you. So before I turn this back over to Monica, Cancer Support Community's Executive Director, who we heard from prior, I'd like to just share a surprise to everyone that participated, that sent in an essay. We recognize how hard it is to put your thoughts into words and to put the words onto paper and to have it mean something. All of us at CSC take that very seriously. The courage to write, the effort you put forth, we greatly appreciate. Whether you received an award here today or not, you are a role model in helping to show others how to navigate through the dark times, how new opportunities can arise even out of the darkest moments, how it is important to engage and bond with one another for support, and how just sometimes you learn something incredible about yourself you never thought you could do. Through our sponsors for our Dear Cancer's Me event today, Cancer Support Community will be sending each and every essay participant in both categories a $25 check in appreciation, so you could be expecting that in the mail. So thank you, participants, for your contributions in our 9th Dear Cancer It's Me essay contest. Now I turn the screen over once again to Monica for an additional announcement. Thank you.
Thank you, Tammy. Adventist Health Simi Valley, one of our sponsors today, is providing an additional financial gift to the non-awarded personal category essayists because they would like to recognize you for your cancer journey and for your courage in writing these stories. So for those personal category entrants that did not receive a scholarship award today, you will be receiving a gift in the mail, thanks to our friends and support from Adventist Health Simi Valley. Representing Adventist Health today is Catherine Stiles, the Director of Community Wellbeing. She has a few words for you today.
Thank you, Monica. Boy, I hope I can talk. When I was 17, my cousin passed away from a brain tumor. And so I know a little bit what it's like to experience cancer as a teenager. And I didn't really know that I felt alone. I felt isolated. I didn't have a grieving path. I didn't have counseling. I didn't know anything about how to cope with this, actually. And it did lead to quite a lot of emotional pain and suffering. So when we found out about this essay contest, Dr. Dean Wolcott made us aware of it. We have become committed to this program. We want to facilitate it going forward. We want it to grow. And I believe that this event, more than any other that we get involved in, has the power to bring healing and hope. So I just want to thank each of you for writing. And I'm so thankful that you're here and that we can celebrate together and that we can all as a community come together. That's the mission of CSC, is to bring us together as a community. So thank you so much for this opportunity to recognize you. I wish you the very best.
Thank you so much, Catherine. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. And then Tammy, you are right. And we need clinics. Everybody needs clinics. So essays. Let me share them. Hold on, please. Oops. And let me share the screen. Like Tammy said, we will send you checks in early May. It's checks and certificates in early May. So please wait for the checks. And also, please get involved, stay involved. We are planning a teen survey, teen focus group, teen programs, and we want to know what type of cancer support programs you are interested in, and help us understand your needs, and stay connected with other teens impacted by cancer. So we will email you invitations to the further programs, and then stay tuned. And upcoming events, we have a lot of events waiting. And next week, we have educational workshop on cancer and Medicare and Medi-Cal. And in May, we have a Hope Walk, Sunday, May 16th to May 23rd, and National Cancer Survivors Day event, June, and Celebration of Hope in September. And we are planning a Day of Remembrance in November. And last but not least, we want to thank our interns, CSUN Health Administration interns. Thank you so much for your help. They did a tremendous job to make this event and ceremony successful. And Veronica Tam, she's our program associate, and she led this event. And thank you so much, Veronica. And thank you again for all the sponsors and the judges and the essayists and their families and the volunteers and board members and our staff members. And thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you again the next year, 10th annual essay contest. And this concludes our 9th annual Dear Cancer, It's Me high school essay contest. Have a wonderful day and have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks so
you.
much.
This was very moving. It was wonderful hearing everybody's journeys, and thank you so much for the opportunity for him to enter and put his words on paper. It was, when I read his essay, I was moved, and I was moved by hearing all these other young people that have entered in, and it's, thank you for this platform.
Thank you for participating.
Thank you.
You guys are all angels.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.